Marquette Law School Poll is showing how people feel about the U.S. Supreme Court.
When it comes to requiring due process for people facing deportation, a majority approved the decision. 73% of respondents in favor, with 27% against it. Overall approval of the High Court is down slightly due to greater disapproval from Democrats.
And that same poll shows no signs in Trump voters changing their support. Among those who voted for him, 91% approve of his work in the White House so far, 9% disapprove. Support for his deportation efforts, though, has dropped 9%. The main changes from the last survey in May came from independents.